next guest is fresh off the stage. It's Ruby Boots. Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great now that I'm sitting on a pile of hay. This is awesome.
Yeah, you're feeling right at home. We caught a bit of your set and it was amazing. How was it for you?
It was surprising. Yeah, I was really surprised that the tent was full, and I really didn't know that people would be singing the words in Stanford, UK, like in the middle of England.
Well, we
somewhere.
walked in when you were doing the a cappella thing, and I was thinking, this is pretty fearless.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, that's how it's supposed to look. But on the inside, it can be a little scary sometimes. But it's the kind of song that needs a brave approach, I think.
You got emotional at one stage during that.
It was exceptionally intense because there were some young girls, and I kept saying, once there was a couple in there, I kept inviting them to come and sit like on the other side of the barrier. And I just felt like a huge responsibility. Once I was singing that song, it means so much for men and women, but, you know, especially for young women coming up, you know.
Yeah. And I listened carefully to some of the sort of chord changes and stuff, and thinking there's a lot of rock and pop kind of aspects to it.
Yeah.
I heard of Pretenders at one point. I don't know
Oh,
whether that's,
awesome.
Is that right?
Yeah.
To say that?
I mean, I didn't really deliberately have the Pretenders as an influence, but I think because Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders are such a trailblazers in that kind of genre. But the album, we played as a duo today, and it was really nice to hear that you picked up on that, because the album is very rocky and has got some pop sensibilities to it.
Great guitar player, by the way.
Isn't he great?
Yeah.
I convinced him to jump in the car with me for 10 days straight from London.
But you didn't learn the guitar, you learned it at a later age, didn't you, when you started playing guitar?
Yeah, I think I was 22 or 3.
Which is amazing. You were self-taught?
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And you know, your route into country, if we're going to call it country, is less than traditional. I mean, partly for geographical reasons. Right? Just tell us a bit about how it happened.
Is it because I'm Australian?
Yeah.
I live in Nashville now, so does that give me the rite of passage? You know?
I mean, you know, we're all too snobbish about where it's supposed to come from. And, but you know, country proves how worldwide it is now, really, doesn't it?
Well, you know, I think any genre can influence anyone now with the day and age that we live in, and I don't know if I'd call myself a country artist, you know, like I think there's a lot of artists on this bill, even though it's kind of a country music festival, that do cross over in genre, and I think that's the beauty of what a lot of artists are doing these days. They've got a little bit of traditional stuff, but they're pulling in all kinds of stuff, like you said, rock and pop for myself.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, I love Aaron Ray's new record, Putting on Airs, and there's just a lot of ethereal stuff on that, but there's a lot of clear storytelling and messaging on it, so it's the heart of country, you know. So
So what is the country music scene like in Australia?
It's pretty small, and I think it's like slightly divided. I think it's divided in general because there's that kind of really pop country stuff, and then there's the alt country stuff, you know. And I think it's not like a riff or anything, but I think it leans on either side of the fence. So I think there's a clear like Americana scene, and there's a clear kind of like more pop country scene.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I suppose that's true even in the States, isn't it? You have the daytime Nashville country radio stuff, which is quite different generally from the Americana stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know. We're all the miscreants in the Americana.
Yeah.